Hey everybody, I hope you had a fantastic Christmas this year. And as we get over Christmas from yesterday, a lot of us will be we'll be catching up first of all this week, and then we'll be looking back on 2017 with the hopes of making a better 2018. There's been a lot of discussion in the media recently about how many people had very difficult years this past year. So many of us are looking at how can we create hope, how can we sustain goals this year for 2018, and there are ways to do it and ways not to do it. In fact, most of us will find that we can look back on all the New Year's resolutions we've made and say, is it worth making another one? Because they so often don't last past February. In fact, statistics say only 8% of people actually achieve their New Year's resolutions. That is horribly sad. And so none of us want to be in that statistic. In fact, 80% of people give up by February. So the fail by February community is huge. If you don't want to be part of that club, there are ways to create realistic goals, to create sustainable goals that you can keep throughout the year and stick with them. And it seems overwhelming when you think about all the things that you want to do differently. How can you integrate all of those? How can you balance them with your time? In fact, there are ways that you can create balance, that you can integrate some things, but you need to know which things you can multitask and which things you should never multitask. The brain is a complicated thing. There are some items that you can do at the same time, and it benefits you to do them at the same time. For example, if you are trying to do two things that are unrelated but use different parts of the brain, they'll work together to help increase your brain's capacity and your productivity. You can actually become more creative by doing certain things simultaneously. However, if you try to do the wrong things together, you'll become less efficient and less productive by trying to multitask. There is a detrimental effect of doing the wrong things at the same time. So how do you know which things you should do together and which things you shouldn't? I'm actually going to start a series, and I'm kicking it off today. I'm going to go into more detail starting next week on how to affect the 6 key areas of your life and balance and integrate what you can, but focus on things individually where you should. And we're going to cover physical. A lot of people have goals that they would like to improve their physical wellness. I've taken some classes in nutrition. I'm also very good at researching the brain, and I love doing that as a licensed counselor. So we'll talk about the psychological aspect of your life and how that impacts your physical needs and your nutritional needs, and how those things all work together, what things you can do together to optimize that and save time, and professional things. As a life coach, I can help you make great professional goals that aren't going to compete, but instead enhance your personal goals. And we will talk about personal and relational goals and how to best serve that part of who you are, because it's important to know who you are and how to best serve yourself and your relationships and balance that well, and how to deal with the spiritual component of who you are and the emotional component of who you are. So we're going to look at all the pieces and how to make them balance and work together well. It's very important to know how to optimize your entire life and not to get overwhelmed by trying to optimize everything all at once, but how to make it work together, because we all have a limited amount of time. We all have 24 hours in a day, and we all have certain activities that we have to plan into that time. So as a life coach, as a counselor, as an author, and a solopreneur myself, I want to look at those things with you, and I want us together start this journey where we're going to have the best 2018 together that we possibly can. So I would love to hear from you what you're looking for in your comments. What are some of the areas of your life that you want to hear more about? What are some things that you're hoping, hey Christina, good to see you, that you're hoping to optimize in 2018? Comment here, comment on my YouTube channel, comment on my blog, wherever it is that you're watching. Leave me a comment and let me know how to focus best for you and customize this for what you're going to need in 2018, because because I'm here to help you, and I'm here to join you on this journey. Physical, professional, psychological, emotional, personal, relational, and spiritual. All those areas. How do you want to make those things better? Looking back at 2017, where did you struggle the most? What are the things that you want to work on? I've got a comment here that says decluttering, and we could definitely go into that. That is something that a lot of people focus on. Financial and physical and clutter. Those are the top three actually every year that people tend to focus on in their New Year's resolutions. So I will definitely get into those subjects with you. So let me know what you're looking for, and we will get cracking into that next week. And I hope that you are looking toward 2018 with hope. Don't get tempted to look at it with despair as if you can't make a difference. Just because you haven't been successful in the past doesn't mean that you won't be successful now. It just means we need to approach it a little bit differently. We don't want to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. That's what Einstein called insanity, and we definitely don't want to be called insane by a wise man or one who is not. So let's make a great start together and do things with a different approach in 2018 and stay positive, because most of us will find the best results come with the beginning place of having the right attitude. So keep a happy attitude. If you're not happy, at least have hope. There's a difference between happiness and hope. Hope is based on what you have not yet seen. So if you're not happy with what's happened, have the attitude that it can change. That's the best part of being a human being, that we have the capacity to change our destiny. We have the capacity to change our thinking, to recreate ourselves. And unlike anything else in the animal kingdom, we have more potential to create a difference in our own lives. So this is what we are. This is who we are, and it doesn't have to stay the same. We can become something brand new and continue becoming that new thing that we've always hoped and dreamed we'd be, with this year as the stepping stone toward the rest of our lives. So I look forward to joining you in this process in 2018 as we begin, and I hope that you have a blessed and wonderful rest of your evening tonight. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to reading your comments and your suggestions and your hopes. Bye.